Welcome back to the Transplanting Podcast. I'm Bear here with Daphne, and we have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation with our guest, and we want to keep the conversation going, and so enjoy part two.
Um, what has been some of the biggest thing
Yeah.
in our podcast? We've discovered that a lot of the trans experiences aren't actually trans experiences, but rather they're human experiences.
Correct.
Yeah. So, uh, people trying to figure out what their identity is, who they want to be, what kind of work they want to do. This is just a human experience, and I can go through so many more. But what has been some of the biggest things you've seen as you've been talking to people?
Everybody, for the most part, is just trying to do right by themselves and the people around them. And
I agree.
this is my biggest takeaway from the world is most people in the world are good, and what we see online is the worst of everyone because that's what it's made to bring out.
I mean,
I think
it's what
that's
drives
the
content
focus.
and clicks.
Yeah. Rage is the ultimate engagement machine, and companies are using that because even if they're not doing so consciously, the algorithm is designed to find people or things that engage, and it doesn't care about emotion. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, how 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 far has your podcast grown?
you mean in terms of watchship
I
or
mean,
listenership?
maybe. We've grown to where we're now listened to in 36 countries. And so I find it interesting just seeing how these kind of different programs grow. We
Yeah.
I had it the other day when I went to go give the speech at the council. Someone came up to me and they go, "Oh, hey, I know who you are from the podcast,"
That's so cool.
yeah, I didn't know who they were, but they knew who Bear was, and I guess Bear and
Hmm.
them go karaoke together. But I mean, they knew who we were, and that was exciting for me to have that kind of experience. So I'm curious, how I don't know how has your podcast growth been, or do you know what I'm trying to ask?
Yeah. So I'm listened to our listenership is actually much more than viewership on
Uh huh.
YouTube. I only have what 73 subscribers last time I checked,
I
and
think
I've
we're
been
right about
working on
there.
my own
Mm,
personal.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been working on my own personal vlog, a little bit more. It's
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Ray, capital D, one word.
I did notice that.
Ruby Raid. Yeah, so that's up to 123 subscribers in 3 months. So,
That's amazing.
um, yeah, thank you. Um, the reason for that is I started Kaleidoscope with this intent to, in some way, support the trans community. And I'm
Right.
going to
Right.
continue with Kaleidoscope on a restructured basis. But what I've also done is start a jewelry company um, that focuses
Ooh.
on subtle, queer, expressive jewelry. For example, this is an estrogen molecule.
Give
Um,
me just a second, cause I
We're gonna
want to see. We are
zoom.
gonna zoom. I want to see this. Ugh.
And you
I'll come closer.
Oh no!
There we
Oh
go.
no no no! Ah!
and
Well,
you and you
that did
said
it.
and you said that was a estrogen molecule.
Yeah, it's an estrogen molecule.
Oh, it didn't go back. It didn't go back. Ah!
Now we have to
Ah!
unzoom.
I don't know why it didn't do it.
That is
It
cool.
should have undone.
That is so cool. I didn't even. Ugh.
There.
Yeah, so if you know, you know, and it allows you to be expressive and express yourself and have an element of euphoria
Yeah.
without having it in anyone's face, right? Or having a pride flag, because um, this can be problematic in some spaces. I
It
saw a
can be.
video of somebody bullying a kid for wearing one as a cape, and I think it's horrible.
Yeah.
So finding ways to finding ways for queer people to be themselves, while fitting into this crazy society we live in, I think is really important.
I
So Ember
had
Jewelry.
I love that. I had a shirt that I bought, and it had like a silhouette essentially of a anime character, but then it was in the trans flag colors.
Mm.
And I bought that, but this was before the trans flag had become this massive thing, and it's all over the news and media. And so for me, it was a way that because if anyone saw it, it was just an anime person, but
Right.
if you knew, you knew. And so it was a way that I got around that, um,
Mhm.
as I was starting to come out, and it was a way for me to be expressive without outing myself too hard.
Right. Something subtle, but it's still expressive and means something to you.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And
we'll be back after these messages.
It was just an anime. You said it was just an anime person in the trans colors.
Yes, and so it was just for me. It was a way to, uh, it was a way for me to, because if anyone saw it, it was just an anime person, right? So and you didn't know unless you knew, and so it was a way for me to be expressive without outing myself too hard. Nowadays I couldn't get away with it because everyone knows what the trans flag is, but at the time that wasn't
Yeah.
the case, and so I got away with it.
For me, I have one like that as well. Before I started transitioning, and I was completely aware of the color choice.
Yeah.
Um, the city I live in has a lot of lakes. So we go paddle boarding,
Mm-hmm.
and my paddle board is the trans colors. And I love it so much.
That's
Right
amazing.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you experience? Oh,
Mm.
what were you gonna ask, Bear? Because I will keep asking questions.
Oh, I was gonna ask about your jewelry. Is that something you manufacture yourself, or are you using a different place or company that makes the jewelry?
So right now, this one is the only one that we make.
Oh,
And I have so we don't manufacture them. I order them from a factory. They come in silver, rose gold, and gold,
Yeah.
but it's all stainless steel. So it's like affordable, durable, and beautiful.
Yeah.
yes.
The We also have a dopamine one, and I want to do a serotonin one, and then I want to make a thick, like, I'm trying to figure out how we can have a testosterone one. Actually, testosterone and estrogen look very similar, so I want to masculinize the jewelry in some way so trans guys can wear it.
That's cool. Thicker chain.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, and then we do like faux leather chains with a metallic magnetic clasp, but the magnetic clasp has lesbian or bisexual or pride flags or pan colors or trans colors on the inside, just like acrylic lines.
Oh, that's cool.
That
Um,
is cool.
so it's really subtle.
Covert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Mm.
Do you find in China that there is a lot of discrimination towards the trans community, like just as a societal, just as a societal way of, I don't know. Do you know what, I can't think of the word right now, but do you find that societally that there's discrimination towards trans people?
I'm struggling to hear right now. Do I find in China that there's a societal
Negativity towards the trans community.
It's sorry. The no and yes. The online sphere is heavily affected by global narrative. If you think like the
That's next where I
manosphere
was going.
is pervasive in every country,
Yeah.
and it targets young men who are looking for something to be angry about or to project their identity on or
Yeah.
whatever. So, and Elon Musk is big here. Tesla is big here. So the stuff that people like that say definitely has an effect on the way that we are viewed. One of the benefits here, ironically, is the trans people have no explicit protection within China, like within the law.
Yeah.
But people in general are protected, and you can change your sex marker on your degree after you undergo any form of gender affirming surgery.
Right.
So you can't not have surgery to change, but if you just have, for example, an orchiectomy, then you can.
Yeah.
So that's the line. And once your gender marker has been changed, that no one's allowed to discriminate against you after that. Like,
Interesting.
but while you're going through that change, there can be discrimination, and that discrimination invariably comes from men. There are lots of crossdressers and femboys that are posting online makeup tutorials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's more common, and wearing makeup and putting on nail polish as a man is also more and more socially accepted.
Yeah.
The thing that is majorly looked down upon here from the powers that be are group movements. So protests, marches, large gatherings.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they just don't happen.
Okay. So that actually leads into the next section I wanted to talk about is global politics. The world, my experience, I lived in Scotland for 2 years, and my experience is that when you come out of the country, out of the U.S., everybody pays attention to what the U.S. is doing. And so I imagine you're seeing a lot of that. Are you? Your face says yes.
we both did the face.
Yeah, well, I mean, so if the U.S. is being this big push, and there's such a negative contribution that's happening, or not movement, there's such a negative
connotation.
I don't know if it's connotation, but the movement is headed in a more negative way, I guess. Anyway, if they're, if we're seeing this, how does the global the policies affect China or trans people in China,
or do they?
Or do they?
Global politics affect me no matter where I am. And because America is so powerful and controls all of the social media, in China, it's not so bad. Like here in China, I had quite a large following on my RaeD social media.
Right.
But the moment I started posting explicitly transgender stuff, it got shut down. So... and that's probably not because I was posting it. It would be because I got like a
People
ban
reported
campaign
it
against me or whatever. So a bunch of people complained, and there are a couple of factors there. That account was also registered to my foreign passport, so because there's more and more foreigners using RaeD, they went through this period of like restructuring, and I think they canceled all of the like verified foreign accounts.
Interesting.
So it might have been part of that ban. I'm not sure.
Okay. How aware are you guys of politics in the U.S.?
I am hyper aware of the politics in U.S. Like I know what's happening in Kansas. I know that Pam Bondi got fired. I know that Christy Noom's husband crossdressed. I made a video on it already.
I was gonna play a game at some point here on the show. Call it trans or not or something like that. Anyway, the idea of it was we were gonna bring in famous people and just ask the question, are they secretly closeted or not? You know? And I thought that would be so. Then when you know it came out that Christy Noem's husband, you know, cross dresses, I was just like, damn, I could have came so close on this one.
For sure, for sure. And I don't like in a way, I don't know how to feel about this, right? Because I'm offended. I find um bimbification like
Yes.
as a fetish, and this kind of
Yes.
sissy-esque behavior, I find it distasteful. I don't think that it should be banned, but I don't feel like it's part of the LGBTQ community. Expression doesn't, sure, a lot of queer people have varied expression, but that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to express whatever you want in your situation,
Right.
wherever, right? It's not your identity. For trans people, this is our identity. It's not. I'm not a fetish, right? But I think
Thank you.
at the same time, the what people are seeing when they see us, and that's why the reaction can be so visceral, is because they see their own cross-dressing, their own fetish, their own sexual behavior in us because they covet it on a sexual level. So
And we see it vice
that's what I
versa.
think.
Yeah, I mean, we see the
Yeah.
opposite though. Like for me, when it gets into the cross-dressing fetish and bimbification, sissification, all these different areas, I don't want to say it's offensive to me. 'Cause, I mean, people can have their kinks and they can do whatever, but it feels I don't like it. I don't
No,
want
I
to yuck
don't like
someone's
it
yum.
either.
It's almost, you know, because trans people can become a fetish also, and I think that's just gross. I think it's gross.
So yes, I agree with you, and there are a bunch of problems because it does degrade. It's an attack on the way society views women, and diminishes women on some level because that guy, he sees women as purely sexual, right? And that's why I find it offensive, because I am being brought down to that level of fetish. Essentially, he's fetishizing transitioning, right?
Yes.
Like I, that's some of the text that he sent. But then I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so how do we articulate this to the world? Because the only thing that the average MAGA idiot is going to see is that he's doing it in his bedroom and somebody leaked, but I'm doing it outside in the open,
Yeah.
right? Because the MAGA idiot thinks that I'm a man cross-dressing. So, like, where do you draw this line of you can't do this anymore? It's so difficult to pinpoint.
Well, and what do we do where it is a trans person and this is their way of dealing with being trans because they either aren't in a part of society where it's okay to come out, and so you know dressing in the quiet and this kind of thing is a way for them to touch on that, or you know maybe it's even just they're not they haven't cracked the egg yet. They haven't just connected the dots, you know? So what do you do in cases like that, you know? Because we don't want to sit here and shame people for not understanding, but also, like you said, fetishizing a transition is gross. It's gross. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to yuck someone's yum, but I'm not. What?
Yeah. I I don't know how to feel about it, and I know that it's in some way it's going to come back on trans people. And
yeah, how do you feel about drag?
I was just gonna ask. Kid you not, I was just
I'm
gonna
still
ask.
kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go through all the people on the screen.
I
The poor
I
watcher.
enjoy going to drag shows because I know that they are explicitly for performance.
Yeah.
But when it comes to myself, and one of the reasons I never explored um, different expression in public was because I never wanted to be a caricature or a mockery of a woman. I wanted to
Yes.
do it well because that's my identity, right? I
Yes.
want to be authentic in that. So for me, I can separate drag. Drag is not a fetish; it's a performance,
Right.
and it can be done extremely well, and it allows people to be expressive and for men to discover a part of their femininity.
Yes.
Um, for my personal thing, I don't want to drag. No.
That's fair. And I know some people that they have transitioned and still do drag, either for the same
Yeah.
sex that they present as, but also doing drag going back to where they just came from. And it's but like you said, it's a performance. I do know that there is a chunk of the trans community that finds it offensive, though, because it feels
Sure.
like you said, it feels like a mockery of your experience in some ways. Um, I've
Yeah,
yeah.
but that I
I mean, separating
I
it as a
know quite a
performance is
couple of
helpful, though.
yeah, I know quite a couple of drag queens, and they are lovely people.
And they can be so
And I know
funny.
that they're not doing it. Yeah. Um, I know that they're not doing it for that.
No,
I also want to be cautious of over policing situations
true.
because I think that's where woke one kind of fell short, where people become performatively authoritarian around like social norms and stuff.
Well,
So,
this is back to
uh,
where you were talking about, where there's a lot of what was the word, gatekeeping. You know, there's a lot of gatekeeping that happens in people's transition, and so by doing that, we're now adding gates in other directions. And yeah, I don't know. I was because of where the conversation went. I was just curious where you sat with it, but
yeah.
I
I
think
guess my
yeah.
if I may, I guess my final line, my point is the purpose of the action. So I don't inherently
Deal.
find
Yeah.
here's the question. So here's a guy who likes being pegged in um in women's underwear. Okay.
Who doesn't?
Is he doing that to mock trans people? I don't think so. Is he doing
No.
it to degrade women? Maybe not. Oh, probably not. Is he doing like is he in some way sexualizing the experience? Yes. Lingerie is inherently sexualized already.
Yeah.
So I don't see a problem with that. And maybe he just finds it damn sexy to be pegged by his wife. And I don't think that we should be policing that.
So where do you
Um,
draw the line between that and a fetish? And is fetish necessarily a bad thing?
no, I don't think fetish is a bad thing. What I don't even think what Christy Noom's husband did is necessarily a bad thing.
No.
He's engaging in the fantasy of bimbification, but I find it grossly distasteful. Um, and what I find much more offensive is the fact that he would posture against trans people while doing this in the back end, right? If you are
More than
pro
one way.
expression, pro trans people, pro self determination,
Yeah.
and you're doing this for yourself, I don't see why I should be policing it. But if you feel that you have the right to tell me that I'm not a woman and that you uh, can pretend to, you can fetishize me while also projecting hate onto me, go and fuck yourself. Like, seriously.
Well, but this brings in the
Capital
question
F.
then, why would fetishizing trans people be gross?
Um,
I
so
mean, because we just won't cross that line, didn't
I'd
we? By
spend a
saying
lot of time.
if as long as you're not hating trans people, it's fine.
So I had a long chat with my sex therapist about this.
Okay.
And when it comes to this point, there is a level of consent
Yes.
that can be allowed for. Specifically, the conversation was around objectification. So there are certain points. If you look at, for example, a mistress and her pup, for example, or her sub that she's tying up, and she is engaging in humiliation of this man for sexual pleasure, and they are both deriving some kind of benefit from that, and there is express consent. So in a dom sub relationship, the way consent works is it is enthusiastic, mutual, and ongoing. The moment it's not ongoing anymore, and ongoing means it can change on the fly. So I can say, no, not there, or no, not that. And you can go, okay, well, what about this? Yes, that's fine. And then we carry on, right?
Right.
So there, in a dom sub relationship, the sub has all of the control.
Yes.
The dom is doing what they want with the consent
Within
of
the
sub.
guidelines.
That's yes. And that consent is continually given. It's not given at the beginning and then anything goes. So on that level, objectification is okay.
Yes.
On that level, fetish is okay. And then again, the line here is respect and understanding, right? So it's a very, very, very hard thing to pin down.
I mean,
and
I like
don't
that
think
though. That's I mean, it's a really good way to break it down, because if somebody is fetishizing trans people, but they're going out to a bar to fetishize them, there's not consent going both ways.
Yes, and I'm not talking about chasers here, right? Chasers are doing something that is non-consensual. They will try, and they're doing it for the purpose of having this sexual trophy, or
Yes.
this number on the wall, right? Oh, I've had sex with a trans person. There's pure objectification. There's disregard for that person's humanity.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
I like that. That's a really good description.
Yeah, as soon as it becomes a conquest or some kind of quest, then you can, side quest. Yeah. No.
My head's over here
It's
going, what would
gross.
that conquest sound
Roll
like?
D20.
Roll D20.
Oh, I'll go home.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Roll D20, you say. Hold on. I
Oh
was
my
at a game
god.
last night.
Oh, yes.
She's going there. Please tell me you have
Oh,
trans
I have this
dice.
one.
Oh, you have a
100.
D100.
Yeah.
Is it a
No,
100?
this is a 60.
60.
60. 41. Not bad.
You get no pluses to that. There's no modifiers. I'm talking about
No
No modifiers.
Oh my
I
goodness.
have a Demon 100 in here somewhere. I don't know.
It's got the 100.
I
Oh,
love
here it
that
is.
you're like having to dig through the bag to just see where you're like, it's in here somewhere.
Oh, nice.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, if I can quickly do a little side thing. This set of dice that I bought is so cool because... Oh, no. I'm just throwing out all my dice.
300 dice later.
300 dice later.
No,
so cool.
this is a D7 and a D5.
Oh,
Here's a
that's
D5.
cool.
No
shit.
way. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have never seen a 5 or a 7.
10 points if you know what that's called, Bear.
It's a D5.
No. The shape. A five-sided shape.
Oh, they're all polyhedron. Oh, it's the penta.
This is quite interesting because it uses the vertices as the top, right? So it doesn't use a side as a top. It uses the vertice, like the 5 is on the vertice.
Oh,
That makes sense.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
And then for this one as well, the D5, it's got 2 large flat sides. And
Okay.
then most of the sides are not, but then again, the numbers are on the vertices.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Mm.
All my years of nerding out and playing D&D, I've never seen a 5-sided or a 7-sided. So that's cool. Thanks for sharing.
I've never used them, so that's unfortunate, but that's fine. I have them.
The 5 would be used for magic missile.
Oh,
It's a D4 plus
yeah.
1, so you just roll a 5, I guess. If you wanted to.
But no, that would change the probability for you, because on
It
a
would.
D4 plus 1, your minimum is 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on a D5, your minimum would also be 2
I
because
have
it's a
no
plus
idea
1.
where we just went.
Mm.
Daphne
Yeah.
is lost in Candy Cane
Nerd
Forest.
math.
But
It's okay.
but no, because on the D5 the 1 is baked in, right?
I have no
Because
idea.
you have a new max on the dice, but you also now have a new minimum, so it will be your minimum will be 1 instead of 2.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
Does it?
I was just thinking,
Yes,
like,
with the problem.
ooh, a D5 would work for magic. No, it doesn't.
No.
No, it wouldn't. Yeah.
No.
By the way, it'd be a pentagonal trapezohedron.
That sounds like a terrible medication.
That's what a five.
That's a cool word.
That's what the five-sided would
That's
be.
that's the name of my sex tape. Pentagonal trapezoid.
It's your new FetLife handle. Oh
if you,
my god.
If you can pronounce this, you can have a first date. No.
Never mind. Anyway, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry. No, nothing.
I was gonna say, are we sharing FedLife handles now?
After the show, sure. We're not doing it on the show.
Please no.
Yeah. I have really enjoyed this conversation, Ray. I don't know. It's been informative, both just I think on a global scale and just seeing how things are running in a different country. Plus, I don't know. I've connected with a lot of it, and I've really enjoyed the. You do such a good job at explaining feelings and explaining what's happening and putting it into words. Being able to step out of a situation and analyze it in a different way. And I've really enjoyed listening to how you analyze things and be able to put it into different perspectives. I don't know. I've enjoyed what parts of your podcast I have caught, and plus you have like a TikTok channel, and I've watched different stuff on their YouTube channel. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm really impressed with what you're doing. I love that you reached out to me. I'm so glad you reached out to me. I don't know. This is just a lot of fun for me, and so I don't know. I wanted to say thank you. Was there any
too.
kind of like shameless shout out that you wanted to do? You know, shout out to where people can find you, that kind of stuff. That way they can find your content.
Yeah, if I may, you can find me on this is very transcoded, okay? Fire from Heat on Instagram, Heat from Fire on TikTok,
Nice.
and then on YouTube, Ruby RaeD. It's my name, one word with a D at the end. Not that kind of D. My surname starts with a D. Okay, so.
All right.
There, people can see it now.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Thank
Cool.
you. And then Ember Jewelry, the Americanized spelling of jewelry.co.za. It does ship internationally, but we haven't shipped anything internationally, so I'm not sure what the shipping costs are. So
Yeah.
if you're interested in queer jewelry.
I love
That's
it.
it.
Right on.
Awesome. Thank
I've
you.
enjoyed being on here so much, and I would love to. If you would ever have me again, I'll come
Oh,
on
definitely.
again, and I would like to invite both of you onto my podcast as well. I will do that in the
that
back.
would be fun.
Count me in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, let's
Awesome.
do
Okay.
Bear, want to
it. Right
close this
on.
out?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for joining us for this episode with Rae. We had a lot of fun, and I definitely want to thank you again, Rae, for coming and talking with us. There's you've definitely put your time in and a lot of effort into what you do, and I think that is fantastic. And I do want to compliment that. Yeah, you're very articulate in the way you explain feelings, and you're just so chill and just personable. Like I really enjoyed talking with you, and so hey, let's do it again, and let's do it on your podcast. Yeah, I would like
Awesome.
that. I would like
That'd be
that very
fun.
much.
Yeah.
And then for
Thank
the
you
rest,
so much.
yeah, you're welcome. And then for the rest of our listeners and viewers, the contact if you would like to be a guest on our podcast, it's still Daphne at transplaitingpodcast.com. You can take a look at our website. We are
Yeah, the website is still good.
We're still good. And we are still recovering socials. We are working,
We're working
heavily
through
there,
all
but
that.
we are on YouTube and Spotify. The TikTok, Instagram, and the rest of the socials are coming soon. And so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks for joining us
And buy
today.
me a coffee.
And yes, I keep forgetting to mention that. Do not forget that if you would like to support the podcast, you can go to buymeacoffee.com and slash transplant.
Transplant podcast.
Yes. In other words,
Wait. It's buymeacoffee.com/transplanting podcast. I just want to make sure that is met. Anyway.
I'm tired. Anyways, thanks for joining us today. And as always, welcome to the family.